Oh boy, this could get dicey. I'm walking on eggshells here, but this is a subject that we have to talk about. It's a phrase we hear all the time on social media, on the news, politicians that are trying to fire us up for their cause. I'm talking about go woke, go broke.
I've heard that one a few times.
The target public companies, the ones that we own shares in and trade every day in the stock market. Many groups are boycotting these companies' businesses for reasons such as their support of minority groups to their COVID-19 policies.
What a mess.
I'm gonna dive into 4 stocks right here and see if it is really true. Does woke go broke? Hey, this is Chris, VP of Marketing at StockDads and one of our exclusive analysts. I tend to focus on swing trading and long-term investments. And in our Discord group, we always teach people about how to trade and invest responsibly. We always talk about the stock market, the good, bad, and the ugly. And this is definitely one of those touchy subjects, but we really wanted to dive into this one. Should you not invest in these companies? Are these companies' stocks getting crushed? What exactly is the real story and the aftermath of all of these boycotts and social media campaigns that are happening?
Hang on, baby Jesus, this is gonna get bumpy.
In this video, we're gonna go over 4 of the most controversial companies right now because of their woke practices, what happened to the business in terms of actual financials, and of course, the share price. In the end, we'll be able to answer the question, does woke go broke? And understand more what happens when a company does face this controversy. Is there any way that we can continue to actually still own and invest in those companies? Because at the end of the day, investing in the stock market, the whole point is to make more money.
You got a point there.
Stock number 1 is Nike. You may remember back in 2018, Colin Kaepernick became the face of Nike and their Just Do It slogan. Kaepernick was heavily criticized by many people, including former President Donald Trump, for kneeling during the national anthem in the NFL games. Conservative groups called for boycotts. They were burning their shoes, ripping off the check mark on their socks, calling for go woke, go broke. That was like the original. So what happened in the aftermath? The company responded by defending their ad campaign. They did not give in to the criticism and the pressure. In fact, they kind of leaned into it. They understood that their core consumer is young and actually supporting the whole campaign. The more criticism from the right, seems like more people on the left wanted to buy more and more of Nike's products to support this cause. So yeah, in this case, did go woke, go broke? Not at all, actually. Nike, in that same quarter that they started debuting those ads, their net income was up 10% and revenue was jumping significantly. And over the next couple of years, Nike continued to have strong momentum. Nike's share price actually peaked at $160 from a starting point back in 2018 of around $80. So their stock price doubled. Go woke did not go broke, but let's take a look at some of these other stocks because it gets more complicated as we go along.
It gets a whole lot more complicated when you have kids.
Stock number 2 is a very controversial one. It is Disney. Now, their films are historic, right? However,
I like Walt Disney, not woke Disney.
Disney is practically at a state of war right now with the Florida governor and presidential candidate, Ron DeSantis.
Our policy is going to be based on the best interest of Florida citizens, not on the musing of woke corporations.
So Disney has been under constant fire for the better part of a year or 2 now. They've been saying that they're pushing LGBTQ culture, we'll call it, and characters in their films onto children.
We have a fundamental disagreement in this state in terms of what we think is appropriate for children and what the people in Burbank, California think is appropriate for children.
In fact, they've gotten into even more controversy lately because they're trying to do a remake of Snow White. The lead female actress says that she hates Snow White and hates the original story, and they want it to be about female empowerment instead of getting saved by a prince.
She's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be.
So has Disney gone broke because of its wokeness? Well, that's not so clear because Disney has been burning hundreds of millions of dollars, dare I say billions of dollars really, on their streaming business because their old aging TV business like ABC, ESPN, they are slowly waning. So they've been trying to invest into Disney Plus. So far that hasn't materialized. In fact, Disney used to be doing about $10 billion in net income about 5 years ago. Now they're only doing $2 or $3 billion annually. So they definitely haven't been making as much money as they used to, but whether that's truly down to wokeness, probably not really. However, having said that, Disney Plus subscribers have been waning for the past couple of quarters now, and their park visitors are also down this summer, so things aren't looking too great. Whether all of this difficulty is down to wokeness, probably not, but I will say it doesn't help their cause right now, and it's a distraction for the management team when they're actually trying to focus on getting back to a stronger level of profitability.
I was going to do your family a favor and hook up the Disney Channel. Well, forget it.
Moving on to stock number 3, here is another controversial one, a boycott bonanza, and that is Target.
Now at 3:30, Target is facing a boycott threat over its LGBTQ support.
Target stock took a big hit when they first rolled out their Pride Month transgender-friendly swimsuits. Everyone said, I'm not going to shop at Target anymore. This is a weird, woke company, and this stuff scares me and it scares my children, and I don't want to go there. It's disgusting. That level of disgust transcended into violent threats towards employees of Target, even bomb threats. So at that point, Target backtracked and they said that they're not going to be prominently placing these products in their stores anymore. In some cases, actually pulled those items off of the shelves completely. It's a difficult situation because you're angering this side of the people, but because of safety issues, you have to just remove those products and then you're getting backlash from the other group. So this was kind of a lose-lose situation, honestly. And in 10 days, the stock actually dropped 15%, losing $10 billion worth of valuation in market capitalization. So did Target go broke? Well, in Q2 of 2023, in the aftermath of all of these issues, Target actually reported their first quarterly revenue drop in 6 years. They saw a decrease of 5.4% in revenue and down 10% in online sales. On their earnings call, Target executives did point out to the fact that their Pride collection issues were a significant driver in that drop in sales, that it had a real material financial impact because of all those boycotts. So did Target go broke? Well, I wouldn't call it broke, but they certainly did take a financial hit. And the stock is still down quite substantially year to date.
I'm gonna need a beer to put these flames out. Go! It's great, Mav. Real slick.
And stock number 4, Bud Light, or should I say AmBev, which is the parent company of Bud Light. This one caused a lot of controversy when they paid $15,000 to a transgender content creator named Dylan Mulvaney to showcase Bud Light on, the social media platforms. People did not take that well.
Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch. Have a terrific day.
People did not like that their favorite beverage, their beer, man, they don't want to be associated with the particular type of person. Country stars announced that they would ban the beer from their tours. People were boycotting, they were issuing bomb threats to the content creator, Mulvaney, and to the company. So that was, again, a very ugly situation. So how'd the company respond? In April, CEO Brandon Whitworth said that Bud Light does not want to be divisive. They want to bring people together. Well, people did not like that because the LGBTQ community did not really feel that the company backed up the creator Mulvaney. So people from both sides of the aisle did not like that response. And as a result, Bud Light and AmBev really suffered here. So did Bud Light go broke? Well, all in all, sales were down about 23%. Profits were down negative 28%. And they lost their #1 American beer position to Modelo. The stock was down about 20%, all because of one Instagram post. So in conclusion, Bud Light did lose its top American beer status, and they did suffer significantly in a very short amount of time. So what does this all mean? Well, clearly these controversies and boycotts can have a financial impact on a company. But to answer the question, does woke go broke? It seems like it has a lot to do with how the companies react once shit hits the fan. If you stick to your guns, you might gain customers from one side of the aisle that replace the customers that leave on the other side. Showing strength in the face of adversity could be a good way to do brand marketing. But if your response is more like Bud Light or Target, kind of trying to balance both sides of the aisle, trying not to offend anyone, both parties are not going to be happy with you and it's going to be painful. Bottom line, if you own shares of a company that ends up going through a woke campaign, it might be a good idea to stick with it if they do stick to their guns. Strength and commitment is rewarded, but if you play both sides, that could cause a lot of trouble. We do talk about these things in our Stock Guys Discord group. If you do want to get some guidance on how to view stocks, do your own fundamental and technical research, check out the link in the description. Make sure you like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.
Right, let's make some money.